Today, we begin a thoughtful exploration of a remarkable journey called The Weight of Memories. In this story, we follow Eleanor, a 72-year-old retired librarian whose life has become a blend of beautiful memories and lingering sorrow. Once a woman filled with energy, laughter, and passion for life, Eleanor now lives in a quiet world shadowed by the recent loss of her beloved husband. Her house, once vibrant with the aromas of warm baking and the sounds of shared stories, has turned into a silent monument of grief. However, within this silence lies the beginning of a powerful transformation. As we explore Eleanor's journey, we will witness how an unexpected encounter sparks a renewed sense of hope. Through moments of bittersweet remembrance and inspiring hurdles, Eleanor strives to reclaim her old spark and find meaning in a life that seems to have lost color. This narrative reminds us that even in the depths of sorrow, there lies an opportunity for renewal. Join us as we walk alongside Eleanor and uncover the steps toward rediscovering the strength and passion that lie hidden within every human heart. This story invites you to reflect on your own journey of rediscovery and hope today. Meet Eleanor, a gentle soul whose life once sparkled with curiosity and adventure. At 72 years old, Eleanor spent many years as a dedicated librarian, igniting young minds and cherishing every story she encountered. Known for her warm smile and an unquenchable thirst for knowledge, she was a pillar of her community. In her earlier days, her world was one of enchantment, where every book carried a promise of magic and every conversation was filled with wonder. Even the simplest moments, like a quiet afternoon spent reading a favorite tale, held the promise of joy and discovery. However, time has woven sorrow into her tapestry. Since the loss of her beloved husband, a cherished companion and confidant, Eleanor has found herself caught in a whirlwind of grief. His absence is felt in every quiet corner of her home, now a repository of memories that once brought comfort and laughter. The scent of freshly baked bread no longer fills the rooms, and the echoes of shared conversations have dimmed. Despite the heaviness of her heart, Eleanor clings to the fragments of a life once lived with passion. The museum of her memories, though bittersweet, inspires her to reclaim the spark that defines her essence. Her story is a reminder that even after profound loss, the embers of one's past remain, waiting to be kindled again. In learning to accept both the joy of the past and the challenges of the present, Eleanor is on the cusp of rediscovering a purpose that transcends sorrow and brings light back into her life. Her resilience shines through every hardship, inspiring others to recognize that each chapter of life holds the potential for renewal and joy. Eleanor's journey is a testament to the power of the human spirit and the enduring impact of compassion indeed. One sunny afternoon in the park, an unexpected moment set Eleanor on a new path. As she sat quietly on her usual bench, lost in thought, a young girl with sparkling eyes and an infectious smile skipped by, catching her attention. This encounter was more than a fleeting moment. It became the spark that reignited Eleanor's buried sense of wonder. The girl's curious nature and vibrant energy reminded Eleanor of her own childhood, a time when her imagination soared without boundaries. The simple joy radiating from the child stirred memories of adventures and dreams that had long been shelved away alongside forgotten books. Motivated by this angelic presence, Eleanor decided to tackle a passion project she once cherished. She resolved to write a children's book, a reflection of the fantastical creatures and magical worlds she invented in her youth. Yet, the journey was not straightforward. As she sat at her writing desk surrounded by dust-laden manuscripts and old notebooks, she found herself grappling with writer's block and self-doubt. The weight of her sorrow, compounded by the loss of her dearest companion, felt like an insurmountable barrier between her and her creative spirit. Despite these challenges, Eleanor was determined to rebuild her narrative. Every blank page became both a promise and a challenge, a testament to the power of hope even in the face of life's adversities. With every attempt, the echoes of her past mingled with her present struggles, making the task as daunting as it was inspiring. This moment marked the beginning of a transformative chapter in Eleanor's life, one where the past and present met to shape a future filled with renewed purpose and creative light. This spark marked not only a turning point, but also a promise that new adventures and self-discovery awaited her at every step indeed. Along her creative journey, Eleanor faced formidable internal obstacles deeply rooted in her past. The memories of happier days with her husband frequently resurfaced, appearing as delicate flashbacks that both comforted and pained her. In the quiet of her home, these recollections were powerful reminders of joyful moments that suddenly felt distant. Every cherished memory carried a bittersweet sting, making the artistic process a mixture of inspiration and overwhelming grief. The gentle hums of laughter and soft-spoken words of encouragement from long-ago times often collided with the heavy silence of her current isolation. Loneliness was a constant backdrop amidst her efforts to write. The once familiar walls of her home, which had echoed with the presence of loved ones, now reverberated with silence, deepening her sense of isolation. In these moments, the solitude of days past merged with the daunting challenge of facing an empty future. Each attempt to create something new was challenged by the haunting relics of her past life, creating an almost tangible barrier to innovation. Self-doubt also anchored itself in her creative process. Eleanor questioned her own talent and the worthiness of her imaginative ideas. Writer's block, mingled with the weight of unresolved loss, made every word appear forced and every sentence laborious. The struggle was as internal as it was creative, and the dissonance between her memories and her aspirations often left her feeling adrift. Despite these overwhelming obstacles, Eleanor persisted, knowing that the journey through pain was essential to rediscovering a spark of life within her heart. Each day, as she confronted these inner demons, Eleanor reminded herself that every struggle was a stepping stone toward healing and growth. Her courage grew with every challenge overcome. Truly. Seeking solace and a familiar refuge, Eleanor wandered into the local library, a place that once sparked her passion for storytelling. The moment she stepped through the doors, the gentle murmur of pages turning and soft conversations brought back memories of a time when she thrived among books and kindred souls. There, she met a young librarian whose warmth and genuine enthusiasm radiated across the room. This librarian shared vivid stories of her own creative struggles and triumphs, offering insights that resonated deeply with Eleanor. The encounter served as a gentle yet powerful reminder that creativity and hope could be nurtured with community support. Encouraged by this uplifting meeting, Eleanor began to connect with other seniors in her neighborhood. She joined a local writing group where participants gathered to share their experiences, exchange ideas, and offer mutual encouragement. The sessions were filled with discussions that mixed humor with heartfelt admissions of personal hardships. Quickly, the writing group became a sanctuary where each member's story was valued and every new idea was celebrated. Through these connections, Eleanor discovered that she was not alone in her journey and that many others had stories of loss and revival to tell. This turning point not only reawakened her creative spirit, but also reintroduced her to the power of human connection. In the library and the writing group, Eleanor found a support system that gently lifted her out of isolation. Together, they celebrated small victories and made space for healing conversations, proving that shared experiences can transform lives and restore hope. This renewed connection and the gentle support from her community illuminated Eleanor's path forward, offering a promise of brighter days and a future filled with creative exploration and heartfelt companionship. Each moment of connection reaffirmed her belief that together, we can overcome any challenge. Eleanor's journey reaches a heartfelt conclusion as she finally completes her children's book. Though the finished work bears the marks of imperfection, it stands as a true testament to her resilience and creative spirit. Each page reflects a blend of sorrow, joy, and the colorful tapestry of her memories. In completing the book, Eleanor rediscovered a purpose that had long been dormant, transforming her grief into a force that propelled her forward. The process of writing, filled with emotional highs and lows, became a mirror reflecting her journey from isolation and despair to a renewed sense of identity and belonging. In the final stages of her project, Eleanor embraced the imperfections as part of her authentic self, realizing that true creativity is born from vulnerability and experience. Her narrative spoke not just to the life she once cherished, but also to the promise of new beginnings. The book resonated with many, offering comfort and hope to anyone who has felt lost or overwhelmed by life's challenges. More than a manuscript, it became a symbol of rebirth, a gentle reminder that every ending paves the way for a fresh start. As Eleanor looks back on her path, she sees that every obstacle was a stepping stone towards healing. The laughter of her past, the tears of remembrance, and the warmth of new friendships have all played a part in rekindling her inner light. In embracing both the pain and the beauty of her journey, Eleanor discovered that the weight of memories can indeed be transformed into the strength required to forge a brighter tomorrow. In that moment, every challenge and every tear became part of her powerful story of renewal. With a heart full of hope and a spirit unbound by loss, Eleanor stands ready to embrace all the promise of tomorrow.